Here we are.
Think that the Niners are legitimate Super Bowl contenders? Why not? Because they don't need that much hype. They are a team that is still developing and still growing. And I got so much hate from Niners fans last week because I said I don't think they're going to necessarily have this year that everyone thinks they're going to because their division is so good. You have the Rams, I think, are a little bit of a step ahead. The Cardinals are not dead. They're there and they might be revitalized.
Okay.
Russell Wilson's still a thing. Did you really surround Jimmy Garoppolo with enough, with Pierre Garçon coming back off an injury at 32, with Jerick McKinnon, we don't know how he fits, to have those kind of expectations? Though I like the mentality.
I agree, and that's what it is. I agree with everything you're saying, but you play to win the game, right? So you're going into the offseason saying, we want to win the Super Bowl. You don't go in and say, hey, guys, I know we're working out right now, but we got a few more years before we're really, really good. Yeah. You know, if you're Kyle Shanahan and you're saying, let's win right now, let's be Super Bowl champs right now, I put this team together in such a fashion that we can make a run for it. So I can appreciate that. But I'll say this, it's going to be different, and it's going to be difficult because things have changed. When I first started working this job, I had a beard. It is just now going back 3 years later. I went to a dermatologist, which turned into a therapy session.
Really?
And she said, what changed? I said, everything. My whole life. Everything changed. And I was stressed out because of that. What changed for Jimmy Garoppolo? Everything. You have the money, now you have the pressure, and now you're beginning the season. You're not a guy that came here on a trade and playing these unpressured games. Now that's what's different about this team. Everything has changed, and that's where the stress comes.
All right, let me get in here, because, Peter, maybe you can shed some different light. A lot of the light on the Niners is a lot of cool exposure. Like, the GM is awesome and famous, and the coach is really cool, and the owner's doing things. The guys are going to win games for them, though. Like, we talk about John Lynch a lot, and we love him, the guys he's brought in. Solomon Thomas was the number 3 pick in the draft. Is he going to be a game wrecker? Because, I don't know, rookie year was okay. Reuben Foster, I don't really know what to make of. We'll see this fall. They have a really expensive fullback. They have a really expensive running back who raised a lot of eyebrows. And then Richard Sherman, they also paid for. He's got 2 lower body injuries. So I can't hand them the NFC before I can even hand them the NFC West. There's a lot of question marks. It's a lot of glamour, but a lot of question marks.
It could work, and they'll be great in the future. They're setting themselves up.
I'm gonna embody the 49er fan on Twitter.
Okay.
Hater. Okay.
One more time. Hit it again.
Hater.
Hi, haters.
Hi, haters.
Bye, haters.
The Eagles were not a playoff team 2 years ago.
Oh,
they set a goal. They said, we're going to win the Super Bowl. They brought in a lot of guys in the offseason, and they gelled, and the chemistry in the locker room was enough to propel them there. I'm not saying I've been with the Niners every single day. I was with them for 1 day last week, and Joe Staley told me it's the best feeling he's had at this point in his 10 years with the 49ers. There's a real chemistry there, and they're building some. That Navy SEALs stuff, we could roll our eyes at. They did the Navy SEALs training, and it's a bonding activity, and these guys are all on the same page. So I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm really not. I think it's a loaded NFC, and I think that's really high expectations. But I'm also not saying they can't win the Super Bowl because I've seen the Jaguars go from a joke to the AFC Championship game, and I've seen the Eagles go from an also-ran, lose their starting quarterback, and win the Super Bowl. So the 49ers, they did add a lot. We'll see how it works out, but I'm certainly not going to be the one on this show saying they can't win the Super Bowl.
Should the Niners be favored in the NFC West? Should they be? Would you put them at the top of their division?
No, I would put the Rams out of respect, the fact that they won and they added all their new talent. But I think the Niners are the second team in the NFC West.
Wow.
Based on how they finished the season last year.
We'll talk about that later.
And what they added.
I love that.